Well, folks, just a short 2 hours ago, we got some flippin' my flapjack news going on, okay? A $2 stock. Yes, a $2 stock just had some massive news. And this is a stock I own a lot of shares of. And a huge thing just came out, okay? I was totally surprised by this. I was totally blown away. I was actually on the private live stream and do a private live stream in the private stock group every Monday. And I was on it and somebody said, hey, did you hear about blah, blah, blah? And I was like, what? Huh? What about this? And I actually looked it up real time. I can't believe it, okay? First off, you guys got to get your in before 100K buttons now, okay? Because we're getting really dang close. The time has come. When we hit 100,000 subscribers, there's been a theory that is when the small cap stocks flip and we go up, okay? So get your in before 100,000 button right now, guys, because it's going to go really fast now at this point. Hope you guys enjoy this video as always. Alrighty, guys. So obviously, you know, small caps have just been devastated. We all know this. We talked about it a million times over the past month or two on the channel, right? And the smaller your market cap is, the more you've gotten hit, right? Like literally, like that's just the way it's been. Like the smaller the market cap, the worse it's been for you. And those are the stocks that have been hit the worst. Like literally like 60, 70, 80% from their 52-week highs. Just absolutely devastated. The smaller, the worse. Usually it's, as they say, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. Not in this situation. The smaller they are, the harder they fall. That's what it's really seemed like, okay? There's a company named Next Green Wave Holdings. And this is a stock I've heard a lot of people, you know, basically try to talk to me about in the past, right? And it's an MJ player, $44 million market cap here today. Its 52-week low is 22 cents. Its 52-week high is 95 cents. Here today, it's at 23 cents. There's no volume on the stock at all. Less than 50,000 shares traded today. That's literally nothing, okay? Average volume's 496. Like, think about that. 49,000 shares at 23 cents. I mean, let me try to do some math on that. Let's see. I don't even know if that's $10,000 or it might be just over $10,000 worth of volume. What? Like that's just ridiculous, right? Like clearly nobody cares about this stock. No one knows anything about this stock, right? And so sometimes you get these stocks into the stock market that are basically like zombie stocks, right? Now the question is this a zombie company? Are the fundamentals of this company trash, right? Because the volume's trash with this company. No one cares about it. Clearly, like look at the volume. Like that's insane. Especially on a day like we had today with all that volatility in the market. No one cares about this. It must be a zombie company, right? Well, let's look at the actual fundamentals of this company. Q3 2021 highlights are as follows here. In September 2021, the company extinguished all of its remaining debt and as a result has approximately $6.6 million in cash and accounts receivable, while only having approximately $730,000 in total liabilities as of September 30th, 2021. Okay, look at this. Improved Q3 2021 results over Q2 2021 from the company's facilities are as follows. Facility revenue in Q3 2021 was $4 million, a little over $4 million, compared with $3 million in Q2 2021. A quarter-over-quarter increase of 31%. Quarter-over-quarter increase of 31%. That's pretty dang impressive. Facility adjusted EBITDA margin in Q3 2021 was 44%, compared with 30% in Q2 2021. A quarter-over-quarter increase of over 46%. Wait a minute. Okay. Yeah, the stock price is trash. The volume is trash. Clearly nobody cares about it, but I mean, you can't call this trash, right? 6.6 million in cash and accounts receivable on a $44 million market cap with only $730,000 in total liabilities and 31% quarter-over-quarter revenue growth. These numbers are actually super, super dang impressive. If we look a little deeper here, the company's done about $17 million in revenue roughly over the last 4 quarters. So that's a trailing 12-month revenue about $17 million on, once again, a $44 million market cap. Wow. If we go ahead and look at adjusted EBITDA, 2.3 mil, 2.8 mil, 2.8 mil, 924,000, 1.7 mil, right? Adjusted EBITDA. If we look at it, EBITDA percentage, 49%, 59%, right? 26%, 41%. I mean, these numbers are not bad, especially for such a small company that's growing like this. Facility revenue, 4.6 mil, 4.8 mil, 3 mil, 4 mil. EBITDA percentage, 49%, 59%, 30%, and 44%. These numbers are actually pretty darn impressive. So what do we know about this company so far, right? We know Yet the fundamentals are certainly not trash. Actually, they're rather impressive, right? And we know that no one literally cares about the stock or knows about the stock based upon the fact that the volume's ridiculously low and just the stock price. It's just a zombie stock essentially, okay? And so actually this looks like an interesting stock, right? It kind of looks like one of those stocks that'd be like, hey, maybe this is something we check out here, right? Well, so there's a $2 stock I own, right? It's called The Planet. I don't know so many dang shares of stock they should dedicate a store to me in my name or something. It's ridiculous, right? The Planet is one of the, I would call it, 5 most important companies in the entire MJ space, in my opinion, over the next 10 years. Or let's just call it over this decade, right? The 2020 through 2030 decade. I think this is one of the top 5 most important companies in the space. I think they're a company that is poised to grow into a giant in this industry. We're talking billions of dollars of market cap, maybe even tens of billions of dollars of market cap. When I look at the way they execute their business, the revenues, the revenue growth story over the next 5-10 years, when I look at their own brands opportunity, when I look at how profitable I think this business model is going to be in future years, when I look at everything just across the board, like this company is literally in a position to become one of the giants in this industry. And there will be companies, lots of companies, that have 5 billion, 10 billion, 20 billion, 50 billion type market caps. And there might even be 1 or 2 companies long term in this space that grow into, dare I say, $100 billion plus market caps. I don't know if Planet's going to go there. I won't say that, okay? But I will not be surprised if there's a company that has a $100 billion market cap in this space when you take into account how big this industry is and how big the legal industry will be when this federal legalization comes to the United States, never mind the international opportunity. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous, right? And so the Planet's been destroyed. It's a $578 million market cap. And this is just one of those stocks that, it's poised to be a beast, but it's gotten hit with the rest of them, right? It's not a super small market cap like this Next Green Wave, but it's pretty darn small, right? $578 million. These type of stocks have been just absolutely hammered. These have been the opposite plays that basically you've wanted to be in 2021, right? 2022 might be a little bit of a different story and moving in future years, but we can't deny the fact that it's been horrible stock to be in this year, right? Well, 2 hours ago, Planet 13 to acquire Next Green Wave Holdings, expanding presence in California with premium indoor cultivation. Whoa, Nelly! Okay, what we have here, boy? Planet 13 and Green Wave Holdings are pleased to announce they have entered into a definitive arrangement agreement pursuant to which Planet 13 will acquire all of the issued and outstanding common shares of Next Green Wave NGW. Whoa, for about 91 million Canadian dollars. Look at this here, okay? Next Green Wave shareholders will receive 0.108 common shares of Planet 13. And this is about a 50, as far as what Next Green Wave's going to get, they're going to get about a 52% premium from where the stock price is trading at, right now, roughly, right? So, a pretty darn, let's call it, healthy number, I guess you can say. And this is on a Canadian basis, by the way, the 46 cents there. So just not to confuse people, because it's like Canadian, then you got to, what is it in American and things like that, right? But they're going to acquire it. And they're basically, all the shareholders of Next Green Wave are going to get shares of Planet 13. So the two companies are combining, right? But the Planet 13 is going to be the big beast of this, right? Transaction rationale. This is important. This is actually extremely important. Significant premium being offered to Next Green Wave shareholders, approximately 44% based on the company's 10-day average trading price there. Transaction is expected to be immediately accretive to 2021 and 2022 EBITDA. Whoa! Transaction structure provides meaningful price protection against the market volatility in Planet 13's share price upon completion of the transaction. That part was a little hard for me to understand, that particular part. I'm going to have to think more about that one and get back to you guys on that one. NGW's operations will serve as a backbone of Planet 13's continued focus on the California market, which we know the California market is ridiculously huge, right? NGW will enable Planet 13 to introduce their diverse brand portfolio of exotic and other things to the Santa Ana Superstore, as well as across the state. NGW shareholders will be obviously immediately, benefited by Planet 13's execution and what that company does over the future years, right? And If Planet 13 obviously does a great job with Next Green Wave, that's just an extra huge opportunity there for the company. NGW shareholders will participate fully in the upside of Planet 13's upcoming expansion into Illinois, in Florida, and probably a lot of other markets long term. Planet 13 will retain NGW's management team, deepening the pro forma company's knowledge base and expertise across the California market. Planet 13 to benefit from NGW's highly respected cultivation techniques and obviously just everything. I mean, you just look at everything across the board. Like this NGW company, they're doing a good job. Clearly, like the numbers show. Like look at where this company was a few years ago. Look where their revenues were a few years ago. It was a joke. Look where their revenue was last year. Look where their trailing 12-month revenue is now, about 17 mil, right? And they just continue to grow this business, grow their business. So clearly they know what they're doing. You don't just grow revenues and keep growing revenues if you don't know what you're doing. And plus, not only that, it's not like their EBITDA percentage or something like that is, oh my gosh, this is a disaster. It's not like that at all, right? And so clearly they know what they're doing. Combined expertise, or experience and expertise of Planet 13 and NGW's operational teams will drive further improvements across the company's footprint. So clearly NGW knows what they're doing. Planet, I have no doubts they know what they're doing. They obviously see a lot of, they see a company that's in a good financial position in terms of NGW, Next Green Wave, and they see a company that's a growth beast and they can probably learn a lot from and grow that business a lot bigger and help the Planet's business grow a lot bigger. And we know one of the big things the Planet has as an opportunity over the next decade is not just their store expansion opportunity, it's around the owned brands, right? Which if you ever looked into the companies and all their own brands, like those could end up being a much larger and more profitable business for the company than actually even their stores, which is crazy to even think about right now, right? Now, is this deal likely to go through? I would say it's a pretty dang high likelihood considering both CEOs are talking about the deal, right? Management commentary. Today's announcement is an extension of the strategy we laid out for investors in adding cultivation and production in California to vertically integrate and bring our highly popular brands into the state. We are methodically expanding our footprint to drive top-line growth and improve profitability, said Bob Groesbeck, co-CEO of The Planet. We've been incredibly impressed by Next Green Wave team and their ability to generate revenue and adjusted EBITDA based on the quality of their cultivation and manufacturing in this very competitive market. This is an exciting day for Next Green Wave shareholders. Planet 13, this is basically now the CEO of Next Green Wave talking. An exciting day for Next Green Wave shareholders. Planet 13 has proven its ability to run incredibly productive retail locations and create manufactured products that command a significant share of sales in their home state of Nevada. If you know market share numbers, look at the Planet 13's most recent earnings. The market share numbers are almost startling of how well their brands really do in Nevada, right? Said Mike Jennings, CEO of Next Green Wave. They are a perfect fit for Next Green Wave, and being part of their attractive growth profile and expansion into Illinois and Florida is a correct next step for NGW. So, nonetheless, this is a massive, massive deal. As a shareholder of this, I'm for it. This isn't, when you see a lot of these deals in the MJ space, right? When you see a lot of these deals, get your in before 100K button now, guys. When you see a lot of these deals in this space, you've seen a lot that are super debt-ridden deals where just not a company that's not in a very good place acquires another company that's not in a very good place. Planet 13 is in an amazing place, and they have ultimate financial strength. And their roadmap, everything you look at across the board is just amazing at the Planet, right? This NGW company, Next Green Wave, what are you going to pick at when it comes to this company? Trailing 12-month, revenue of 17 mil. Look where their revenues were at a couple years ago versus where they're at now. It's like night and day. The balance sheet's in a great place. The management team clearly, based upon the numbers and where all the expansion of this company, clearly they know what they're doing, right? And so I think this is just kind of a match made in heaven. NGW is such a small company; it makes sense to go ahead, get acquired by Planet 13, right? Then, as Planet grows and NGW helps the company grow, right? You're going to end up getting a ton of that upside versus you're like the standalone company over here. No one knows about you. Nobody cares about you. Why not get acquired by a Planet, right? Come in there, especially if you can still be in management, right? And then just help that beast grow bigger and bigger over the coming years because we know the Planet has scale, it has efficiencies, and NGW can just help that whole mission of what the Planet's trying to do there. So, yeah, I got to say I'm for the deal. Like I said, there's not a lot of great deals that you see in this space very often, but this is one of the very few that I'm like, Thumbs up, guys. Thumbs up. So anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed this as always. Much love. I'm jacked up. And, man, there's just a lot going on in the market right now. There was like 2 other videos I was going to make. I might still make them later tonight or tomorrow morning. But just so much dang going on in this market right now. It's crazy between the drops and you know, oh my, there's too much going on. Anyways, peace.